Why do people pay for OnlyFans when there is like an infinite amount of free pee? I'd only do it if it was someone I knew personally, like my high school band teacher, Mrs. Carmode. If you're reading this, the offer still stands. Same here, Mrs. Carmode. In my opinion, and I know I'll probably get downvoted to heck for this, it's because they buy into the whole personalized custom experience, and they may even genuinely believe that girl is into them, they have a chance with her, etc. Even though she's just doing her job and it's no different than a waitress smiling at you and making small talk for tips. I'm sure there's some guys out there who legitimately want to support these girls, and also some who simply say that this is why they do it, but the vast majority seem to think of these girls as actual partners, feel like they have some kind of connection to them as opposed to strangers on the internet, somebody just doing their job. Welcome to Raisins semicolon. I'm a woman and there are certain swears that I've followed on Twitter for a while, and regardless of whether it's fabricated, you feel like you know them a little better than you do a random girl in a random video. That's the reason I've paid for certain ofs. A lot less can make you see them a lot easier just because you feel a certain connection to the specific person. That's just my take. Hi, I have an of. A few reasons came to mind. 1. A lot of those free pee sites are exploitative, do not monitor their content, or have abusive practices. While I know a lot of people aren't thinking about whether or not their pee is ethical, it is enough for some people to choose off. 2. OnlyFans can have a more personal feeling. You're more likely to interact with the person you're jerking off to. You can make requests and for a few extra bucks, I'll moan your name. If you have a fantasy, someone on OV is there to fulfill it. 3. You can find literally any type of person on OV. You find favorites, and then you get to spoil them. 4. Some celebrities have explicit OV accounts, and people want to see celebs naked. To support someone you like, I pay a monthly fee to content creators I like on Patreon. Even though their content is free on YT, it's about giving back value to them, because you feel they're giving something of value to you. I was diagnosed with ADHD and followed an ADHD content creator. She basically changed my entire life, helped me cope. It feels almost illegal to not support someone who did as much as a therapist would. Pee is the junk food of sex. OnlyFans is that, and also the junk food of love. It's selling a personalized experience, the illusion of somebody who is just yours, that likes you, that wants to please you. For people who are lonely and desperate to feel loved, it's a shallow way to feed that craving, even though it won't satisfy. Now that's not to say that OnlyFans, or P, or the service they provide, is automatically bad. It's fine to have biscuits or takeaways in moderation. It only becomes a problem when that's all you eat, in lieu of anything better. I think because they like the specific content creator, either the content is very specific so it's hard to find it, fetish stuff, or they're really into the person and the videos. The pee industry is extremely corrupt and exploitative. When you pay for OV, you know where it's coming from and you know that the person isn't being abused or exploited. So basically it's way more ethical. You might want to backtrack on that exploitative and abusive part. You're only paying for what you want to see. No, where did that imply that these girls are being abused behind closed doors? I found a guy that was really hot. I mean, perfect body, perfect dong, perfect way of filming, etc. Once you find someone like that, you want to see them and only them. Never had subscribed to OnlyFans before, and I only subbed to him for 1 month, but my god, it was worth it. Something about it makes the experience intimate, especially since not many people followed him, so I guess in my mind it felt more one-on-one. Also, people deserve to be paid in full for their work. Free pee is good for consumers, but bad for individual stars. Free is also good for advertisers and their ridiculously annoying pop-ups. You should understand that people buy all kinds of pee. 98% of the free pee you see is something that was purchased by someone. Not to mention that some people want specific scenes or specific actors/actresses themes. You should also understand it provides a platform for seeing people you might not otherwise see engage in sexual activity. Whether it's a friend, or a YouTuber, or whatever else. Yeah, I could go find free videos of D. Williams, but it would also be nice to see a video of insert name of non-professional person here. Again, sometimes paid content fulfills specific fantasies or whatnot. You can purchase custom videos to get exactly what you need. OnlyFans fulfills a need that normal P doesn't. People don't just like the mechanics of sex, which P normally is focused on. People like being flattered or played with. They like being in on a secret. Being granted permission to view or participate in someone's sexual play can be emotionally stimulating, compared to normal P, which doesn't take this into consideration. However, there's also ideas like ownership or having a trophy, which I think aren't as positive, but some real reasons why OnlyFans can provide a more fulfilling experience compared to trawling through professional P. I'd like to think it's because it's more ethical P, but I think I am giving too much credit to people there. It's probably something selfish, like feeling like you might have a chance with that person. Also, imagine being a person with low confidence who all of a sudden gets attention from someone they desire, and on the upper echelons of your taste scale, from simply throwing some cash at them and have the street acknowledge it. That person won't see it as a business transaction but something more than that, which is a tale as old as time. Can you make a video of you walking around ignoring me and then bending over and then sit on the camera? Can you walk around in the mud and squish it between your toes and spread them up close? Can you spit in your hand and wipe it across your armpits? Can you make a video of you telling me I am worthless and then stand over the camera? P. Custom stuff from the girl you like will cost money, or you can have the free stuff, which is essentially their scraps. 100% of what I share for free was already paid for by a simp. Priorach. I watch P, like most of us, and it's enjoyable. It's their job, and if I'm watching it for free, which I do 80% of the time, the actors are not getting paid. Every once in a while I'll pay $15 and subscribe to someone's OnlyFans to help them out. Sex workers need to eat too. I'm a straight female, but I'm trying to see what my homegirls look under their clothes. Always been curious. In doing so, I'm also supporting their business. It's a win-win. Like everyone else said, it's more personal. I buy music too, and I don't pirate shows or movies. I support content creators. I'm not rich, but I have enough money to compensate people for content they create. Someone has to, or else the content won't exist. P is an industry. It's a shortcut anymore to get the idea of what fetishes are out there, what the naked anatomy looks like, and the production value. But P is simply overproduced. It has a dark backstory of numerous individuals getting mistreated and developed into bad relationships with the industry in real life. So, in a way, you're watching an artificial stimulation in emotion. Everything is dolled up to be what it is, and there's a chase for people for a more natural feeling. So they want to see someone who's average and maybe someone they've got the hots for, in the nude. It's why people take utmost pleasure in seeing their girlfriends or boyfriends nude. That's not a model prep to take it up the butt or perform a skit for P. Because the content providers, sex workers, make it personal. For example, for a small extra payment you can actually talk, message the person, or you can, for a fee, ask for specific content to be created. That makes some people feel like the content providers actually are in a relationship with the subscribers. Some people love this attention so much they would pay an insane amount of money for it, and some content providers are very good at carrying on these relationships. Parasocial relationships. Why watch a stream when you can play the game? Or why watch a specific streamer when there are unlimited other streams? It's because the value is in that specific person. People on do custom pics and videos, tailor-made content, whereas a lot of the free videos on free sites are the same old corny but Studio P. Free isn't always better, and honestly the P industry would be a heck of a lot better on a paid model anyway, just like it used to be. It puts money in the creator's hand directly, which is always the best move. If you pay for you're supporting a small business. Go on PH or whatever other site. It's like shopping at Walmart or Amazon. Sometimes shopping at Walmart, Amazon can get us what we need, but when we really want something specific, and because we know it's not so ethical to shop at Walmart, Amazon, we go the small biz route. Capis? The reason I use is simply that it's responsible for me to source only fair trade, gluten-free, vegan, OSHA compliant pornography. I can't get off unless I know for sure that bot is FCC recognized and accredited. Okay, but you should care if you're getting off to a video of a woman actually being raped, and you should go out of your way to avoid that. OnlyFans isn't only about accessing P though. I think the greatest benefits to OnlyFans is that it works like a better version of Twitch and YouTube and seems like less of a hassle to set up shop if you're a content creator and can market yourself effectively without directly competing for space with everyone else. It's a shame it's mostly known as that P site. OnlyFans went from it's not P to full on P pretty quick, like in 6 months or so. And I mean it was completely obvious it was going to happen. I can't talk about the straight experience there, but among the gay men it's usually because we want to see some of those people naked. It's not that we like them in a sense that we'd date them, or at least most of us don't do it because of that, but we appreciate the hot body and a pretty face. Also with OnlyFans you get the chance to have a porno made just for you. It's so much better than fuckings of professional products. Because what's free isn't good, or I've seen it before, but OnlyFans stuff is good and new stuff comes out frequently. But admittedly it's never worth subbing for more than 1 month. When I found out a guy I have a mega crush on just recently started his own OV account, I subscribed. $7 is no biggie. Now that I got my fill of him, I won't renew next month. But he's the only one I'd spend $7 on because I know him personally. I'm so turned on by him, but he's beyond my reach because I'm not his type, though he likes me as a friend. Like you said, why pay when there's a free universe of it a click away? OnlyFans is a way for creepy relatives, teachers, priests etc. to anonymously CP of a girl they know in real life. It's more interesting to them than the generic nobodies on Pornhub, so they pay money for it. I don't know about anyone else, but I feel like free P is just getting worse. I don't pay for P, but I really don't like the free stuff either. So much of it is badly made, or rough shock factor stuff like deep throating while they gag. And then there's the fact that there's a lot of abuse in the P industry. Paying for the type of content you like, knowing it's going straight to the girl and she has more power to refuse when uncomfortable. How is this not appealing? Another reason to consider is a move towards ethical P, through which content creators earn a fair percentage of the profit for what they contributed, and is less likely to be revenge P. People unknowingly illegally taped, or otherwise coerced into creating P. I'm sure someone has already made this point, but it's no different than Patreon for your favorite YouTube channel or podcast. It's specific content from a creator you really enjoy and want to support. Plus people who take off their clothes need to eat too, and it's a lot of work to take off your clothes in front of people, despite what some people will tell you. Because traditional P industry has been known to exploit the work of its actors, with low wages, abuse, injury, rape, etc. Girls do P controversy, so OnlyFans is a way for sex workers to avoid going through traditional channels while being able to make money on their terms. It's the same as buying a ticket to a sports, except they frick. It's a little bit of a girlfriend experience for some. I subscribe to an OnlyFans, a local girl who is a friend of a friend. These pics aren't on the internet for anyone to see, just the small group of people on her OV, so it feels more special in some way, like a GF who likes to send nudes. I have no illusion as to the nature of the relationship. She posts topless pictures, she gets money, being in a pandemic, and being a really nerdy guy with severe social anxieties who finds it difficult to talk to girls. It's kind of nice. I get to see nice pictures of a pretty girl. She gets a little money to help make the bills and pursue her cosplay endeavors, which are awesome in and of themselves. I don't even exchange messages or anything. The one time she messaged me thanking me for a tip, I got a little weirded out. LOL. I'm not there for special attention, but I guess some guys are. Ethics. Sure, there's legitimate free P out there, but I can't enjoy myself if there's a chance it might be exploitative in any way. If no one paid for P, then creators would not be able to continue making it. P won't continue be made when you can't pay the people involved. One aspect that really pushed me into consuming paid P is the P industry getting outed as worse and worse. Sure, I'd heard of a few shady companies when I started watching. Even the scenes like couch casting focus the whole premise on manipulating women into doing more. But now it's a lot clearer how bad those industries are, And watching my favorite scenes with the girls are on numbing drugs to achieve this, or I wonder if she agreed to that scene or if she's getting pressured floating in the back of your head just makes every session tougher to enjoy. My fave scenes in professional pee is when the actors are really enjoying themselves and you can tell. You get that en masse with homemade pee. Other commenters here nailed the personality aspect too, where you can almost believe they did this with you in mind, or specifically with you in mind if you pay for the privilege. If I'm paying for it, I have peace of mind that the performer is consenting and that it's not somebody being trafficked, and it feels more personal. I'm not a fan of pee, but I recently discovered a woman on TikTok who not only has a stunning face, but an interesting personality. She's on off. I genuinely considered subscribing because I like her, not even because I want to see her clam packet as she so hilariously puts it. Anything that reveals more of her persona, real or fake, is fascinating to me. I guess anything else is an added bonus, if it's as pretty as her face. Oh, and her underboob is quite nice too, but more in an aesthetic way for me. My brain screams draw some underboob soon. Guess I'm weird. Sex workers deserve to get paid, and big P companies pay little to nothing and are abusive. It's ethical and how it should have always been. That being said, if you can't afford it, it's understandable. I can't either. But it is supporting the people in the industry, especially women. Because when you watch free P, you aren't supporting the models. This is their job. So that's why there's so much premium P even on Pornhub. It's because the stars only make money from direct purchases of videos rather than uploading for anyone to watch and hoping to get a cut of the ad revenue. And when you buy something on OnlyFans, there is a direct gratification from the model, so it is more personal and they actually consider what the fans like and what they can afford. You should pay for your pee, my dudes. People work hard on that content, and for many people, it is their main income. On most major sites such as Pornhub, content is stolen from creators and they aren't compensated. If you enjoy watching someone, pay for what you are consuming. Not sure why no one here seems to have mentioned ethical consumption. Paying for OnlyFans pays the performer and ensures they have control over their body and their content. Huge amounts of free P is essentially rape given the amount of pressure that is put on some women. Even stuff that isn't rape doesn't pay much to most stars. The money just goes to the studios. OnlyFans is worth close to $1 billion but only paid out 600 meters to performers. It's legalized prostitution. The company is a pimp. They just have good advertising that makes it seem like they're better than some other exploiter of sex. Why do you pay for food at a restaurant when you could just make your own? Why do you buy clothes when you could learn to sew? Simple fact of the matter is that making videos and doing photography are skills that take time and effort to cultivate, and people like supporting artists. Either they are fetishists and their specific fetish cannot easily be found, or they are just simps who think that they'll get something from a girl after they paid for her OnlyFans. Usually it's the second option. In a world where there are billions of vapid connections, there's nothing more precious than even a fleeting pretense of intimacy. I paid about €120 in total over 2 months or so for a particular cam girl on Hegger Art a few years ago. It was a time when I was particularly aimless, homeless, fricked up and lonely, and even though those few short sessions didn't even involve real nudity most of the time, the idea of the attention from one convincingly sincere girl for a few minutes was enough oxytocin for my messed up brain to keep going. OnlyFans and cam girls aren't a particular danger to society. What's going to be dangerous and dehumanizing is when CGI, VR and AR fuse to create something that can fake that personal attention for free, or close to it. Think Joy from Blade Runner 2049 but for lonely fricked up guys and girls. That is scary crap. Why is it scary? You never got to meet and never will meet the Hegger girl. You know she was real because the tech doesn't exist yet. But when it does, what will it matter if you get the experience you did from a real person or an AI person? I'm talking more about the choice aspect of it. Your choices were what you did or nothing. Obviously, it becomes an area of concern if people choose to stop interacting and instead opt for the AI. But if it's nothing or AI, then I don't get the doom and gloom viewpoint of it. It's the equivalent of being scared of sex toys. Usually girls that are open about posting nudes online or for sale are chill about it. I have 3 friends that are models on fetish sites. Our friendships are just like any other friendship except we share nudes occasionally even though we've never had sex. I've also dated people who post nudes online and it doesn't bother me at all. In fact, it's pretty hot to me. Hundreds of people look at pay to see her naked and wish they could sleep with her, but only I get the honors of playing with her big mommy milkies. As someone who would like to reserve anything sexual just for my partner, I don't understand how can people be so chill about their partner sending nudes left and right. If you are new to the channel, you can subscribe. I publish new videos every day. Until then, check another video. Bye for now.